Hello and welcome to These Hot Idiots. I'm Ash and that's Mega. Uh, Sorry we didn't post again. My computer died and I had to fix it.
Yes,
And
and it
then
just and
fixing it
mood dips.
frustrated the shit out of me. And I also, I didn't mean to start this podcast and catalog my depression when I
Mm.
started. And just like when I'm weeks where I feel like shit and weeks where I don't. I didn't mean for that to be
Yeah,
part of the show.
yeah, that wasn't part of the scheduling. Was when your depression felt like it.
But yeah, we're back. We're gonna try and be more regular, but just sorry.
Yeah, but hey, it helps that now tax time is thankfully done. I got my
Oh
return
yeah, that
recently.
was the other reason why we didn't record last week. You were doing your taxes and you were like getting really pissed off about that.
I was getting stressed the fuck out about all this random shit that I had to make sure to do right, and worrying about my health insurance problems and all that and other things.
Yeah,
And
so
fuck,
I just thought maybe we should just wait. So yeah,
yeah,
we're here.
we're
I
here.
I dragged myself in to Vampire Diaries season 2 episode 10, The Snacrifice.
The sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Jeremy makes a dangerous mistake.
Jeremy fucks up.
Jeremy fucks around and finds out.
Jeremy finds out.
Oh my god.
Elena sleeping in her bed with the Vampire Diaries open, and she just doesn't write in them anymore.
We got a decently chunky recap for this storyline so far.
And then there's whooshes because you think there's a vampire, but it turns out it's Jonas, that witch we met
Jonas,
last episode.
the warlock dude, the older one, the one who's working for Elijah.
Why can he do the vampire zoomies? I don't get it.
Was he doing vampire zoomies? I didn't even notice he
Well,
was doing vampire
he
zoomies.
would just be like in completely different spots, and all the clothes would go whoosh.
Ah, Jesus.
And Elena gets woken up and walks to the door, and we get a jump scare of Alaric Saltzman.
Clark's also a jump scare. He's naked.
He's naked.
This is the only scene he's in this episode, so
Yeah, it's like,
enjoy.
I'm here. And then Jenna's there too. And they were going to sneak in and have some, I don't know, touchy feely 230-year-olds fun playtime or whatever.
They were gonna have some of that fucking, I forgot the name of the network, CW network sex.
We're going to have some CW network sex. So yeah, clothes on, except for, I guess, Alaric Saltzman's hairy chest.
Just go under the covers, no shirts,
Also,
keep your
he
bra
was
on,
eating breakfast cereal.
and make out. Yeah, he was eating what was it?
Chunky Monkey.
Chunky Monkey,
Wait,
and
no,
it's
ice
like,
cream. He
yeah,
was eating ice cream.
he was eating ice cream. He was having some post-sex ice cream. He-
Hey, it's not a complete night without me inviting in Ben and Jerry. Jenna, why'd you have to make it like that?
I mean, Chunky Monkey's not bad either, so yeah. Can't remember what is Chunky Monkey exactly.
Let's check. Chunky Monkey. I think it's like a chocolate banana.
Chunk of banana. Oh, it makes sense. Oh
Chunky
yeah, it's
Monkey
chocolate.
is banana nut bread and chocolate.
Ah,
That sounds good.
I'm not big on nut bread. I'm not big on nuts usually, but I can imagine someone enjoying that.
Banana nut bread, so it's like banana and almonds or walnuts.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. For me, walnuts and almonds, just any nut, even like just regular peanuts. I don't like peanut M&Ms.
That
I
is
know.
that is strange.
I don't know. I guess I just don't like the texture of nuts. I don't like these nuts in my mouth.
You like cashews? I like cashews.
No, no, dude. It's just any kind of nut. Nah.
You would. Wait, do you like peanut butter?
I do like peanut butter. I like peanut butter, but I don't like peanuts. I don't like eating peanut.
I don't know, man.
I'm
I've
not a
had a
nuts
good
guy.
like banana nut muffin once, and it was just like if you drink it with some milk, it's kind of the shit.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe it's just
You
a
can't
texture
have a
thing for me.
you can't have a bad day with a banana nut muffin, okay?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I guess that's just one of those things that doesn't come up as often as much as my love of plain cheese pizza.
You make fun of me for like liking mint chip, and you're just like, I want a plain cheese pizza and I don't want a hamburger, and I don't give me those like beer nuts, or I will scream.
I he says you make fun of me for liking mint chip like it's an innocuous thing.
What do you mean innocuous thing?
Like it's not a crime against nature. Mint chip
It's
ice
just
cream.
Thin Mints but ice cream.
I don't like Thin Mints either.
I don't like you. No. This podcast
you,
is over. No.
you you stay the hell away from my tagalongs.
I don't even like
Bitch.
coconut.
Tagalongs isn't coconut. That's the peanut butter.
Ah, shit.
You're thinking of
I'm thinking of Samoas. Fuck.
Samoas.
Yeah. Actually, I like almond joy, but I don't like mounds.
It's very interesting. You're more of an almond over coconut.
Well,
For me,
sometimes
I don't want either.
well, sometimes I feel like a nut, but apparently all the time you don't.
All the time I don't.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Where was I?
Sometimes you nuts, sometimes you don't. So yeah, Alaric's still naked.
And fucking Jonas is just like stuffing shit into his bag. He's robbing her.
He's grabbing like fucking things to like use for a spell later, but it's like, how does no one hear him? How?
He's just walking at normal speed and he's got shoes.
He's got shoes. He's like grabbing stuff. You can hear like, how is it that this awkward conversation, which would have a lot of pauses for silence because you walked in on your aunt and your history teacher post fucking
having some touchy time and some ice
have,
cream.
having some post fuck ice cream. How is this not the most awkwardly silent conversation where you could totally hear this guy rifling for your stuff?
But yeah, he gets away scot free, and there's dramatic music as he walks from the front door. And I thought he was gonna get jumped or something. Like, oh, you stepped on Elena's place. I'm gonna fucking tackle you.
You'd think, you'd
But no.
especially think, because he's wearing shoes going down the stairs. No way you didn't fucking hear him.
But apparently not. He's just fucking perfect hitman, like Hitman 3, like no sightseeing playthrough of that level.
Well done, Jonas.
Well done, Jonas. Now to shove
God.
Elena into a jet engine.
Now make sure to actually poison her spaghetti sauce, so you don't just feed her spaghetti.
I remember that. So, in Hitman, I'm sorry, so many tangents, but fuck it. It's a podcast.
Okay, why
That's
not?
what you're here for. I was playing Hitman 3, and there was this one situation where, like, okay, so Hitman 3, you kind of get to pick how the person dies. You know, it's about getting the right setup and everything. And what I was gonna do is, this guy is with his guards, and I found a pizza chef, or I found like a chef, his personal chef. So I knock out the chef, I steal his clothes, and then what I was supposed to do was I was supposed to put rat poison in the spaghetti so he'll throw up, and then I can run after him and I can snap his neck when his guards aren't looking. But I forgot the rat poison because I didn't take any. So I just made spaghetti and then fed him spaghetti. And then he got real mad at me because didn't do a good job of making spaghetti.
It wasn't good.
And then he just left, and I'm just like, fuck, I was supposed to. I thought he was like, oh, it doesn't taste good because it's poison. But no, it doesn't taste good because I suck at making spaghetti, apparently. And then he leaves, and I'm just like, oh. I just fed him
forgot
spaghetti.
the poison.
I just fed him spaghetti.
Oh my god. I was there watching it.
You
It was
were
so
watching
funny.
it, and I was just like, oh fuck.
I just gave that guy spaghetti. He
Agent
insulted
47.
it.
Agent 47's got to work on his spaghetti. Then there's a weird scene happening. By the way, we've got back-to-back alternating shots of Damon and Stefan at the dungeon where Catherine is, and then and then like Stefan and Damon at Elena's house, and it keeps cutting back and forth.
Talking to either one. And at some point, Ash started thinking that he was seeing doubles of Damon and
Well, what
Stefan.
I thought was like there was a fake Damon and Stefan, like they fucking glamored themselves with witch powers or some shit. But that doesn't go anywhere, and it just turns out it's just shot like that.
That's just how it is. It's experimental. I'll give it that. But
I don't know. I for some reason, because this is a supernatural story, I just was like, is that like a fake Damon? I was trying to look for tells, but there
but it's just like
but
no,
there wasn't any.
it was just actually Damon.
That was just kind of weird. David and Stefan are at the dungeon. They talk to Catherine, and they're at the Elena's, and then they're at the dungeon again. And Catherine's bored out of her fucking mind because they only brought one book.
And the vampires inviting the vampires into the tomb that'll trap them.
Stefan and Damon were at when they're at Elena's house, say they want to blow up the moonstone, and I thought it was a trick. I don't. It completely put me off for the first half of the episode. It's like, when are they tricking her? Is there two Damons? But
Like
no,
who is like, no, this is just they're laying out the plan.
their plans to blow up the moonstone, and Elena's like, no, fuck that. I'm not down. Jonah's kid Luca is talking to Bonnie at school and saying that casting spells is hard when you're by yourself because it gives you brain damage. But if you were channeling together in public, or if we were channeling together, the spell's stronger. So he takes her hand, and then they cast magic in public, and like a
Yeah,
wind goes around them. And I'm just
they're
like, guys,
making it windy.
you're guys, you two are like witches and warlocks, and like you're kind of blowing your cover.
It's fine. No, well, people just think it's just really windy that day.
And then one person's papers go everywhere, and they're like, "Oh, my books! Oh, my books!
Oh, my test, my
Nerd,
notes,
nerd!"
nerd.
And then Jeremy walks in from the like off screen. He's like, "Whoa, it's fucking windy today."
It's windy today.
And then Luca's like, "Must be climate change."
No, you think magic users would have solved climate change by now?
Magic users could have fixed a lot of problems, and they don't.
They don't.
And
I
then you
know
you ask
spells are tricky,
and then
but
you ask J.K. Rowling on Twitter, and she just blocks you.
well, you see, wizards just pooped all over the
They just
floor.
pooped on the floor. Also, don't talk to me. Although
Blocked.
you're blocked. Damon texts Bonnie, and then Elena goes to where Rose is because she's going
Yeah,
to
back
like
at
the Salvatore house,
Salvatore house.
and
Yeah.
she's in the bath and has a robe on.
He just keeps running into naked people, huh?
Keeps running into naked people, and Rose does the "What's in it for me?" and Elena just replies, "I'm gonna fix your vampirism. That's how I'm gonna get you to work with me." And she's like, "I mean, cool. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but I guess I'm on board."
All right, I'll hear you out. Guess you got an idea.
Matt at school talks to Tyler and wants to apologize for that time he got hypnotized into a fist fight and they accidentally killed a woman.
Also, holy shit, Matt's back. It's been
Matt's-
like
Matt's
several
back.
episodes.
Also, for some reason, a cover of Garbage is playing.
Yeah. It's Only Happy When It Rains and this is the surprise. Is by Katarina Graham. Have we seen her credited in the soundtrack before?
I don't think so. I might be
feel like
misremembering.
it's been a long time. But the thing is, Katarina Graham is an actress on the show.
Oh shit.
She plays Bonnie.
Oh. That's a weird place to
So
do that. Unless she just did
so that's where I was like,
unless Katarina Graham just did a cover of Garbage and we're like, "Can we use it?"
yeah, I'm just wondering, did she I feel like she had to have done some like
You know what's weird?
some
It's weird that she's also a singer because we learned that I forgot who it was. It
what?
might have been like Caroline is also
Yeah,
a singer.
Caroline's actress was also trying for a singing career around this time.
Yeah, but like
We
they
know
don't
coming up that they'll.
have Bonnie singing at all later.
Yeah, that's
That's
weird.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird that they have her just on the soundtrack. They don't make it a part of
For
Bonnie's
some reason, my
character the way.
brain makes me think of Victorious, where like they were trying to get Victoria Justice to get a singing career, but like Ariana Grande was just there, and they wouldn't let Ariana Grande sing.
Yeah,
And it's just
you
like
know, the
you,
actual singer.
you don't know why. It's like it's Ariana Grande. Like I know she's not famous yet, but she will be.
Talented.
Yeah, she's talented, so fuck it, right? So yeah, they apologize. Caroline wants to talk to Matt, gets ghosted, and we have more exposition about being a werewolf and a vampire in fucking public in front of the school.
Now, see, this is a little more of a masquerade break because they're just openly saying like wolf and vampire just in the open.
After the text, Bonnie and Jeremy go to a planning circle where they're all standing in a circle and they're planning. And they're talking about like, oh, how are we gonna get the moonstone from like Catherine? And then and then Dave was just like, who the fuck brought you, Jeremy? You suck.
Because Jeremy is like, I got my ring. I could just go in there and take it. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Dave was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Why are you even here?
Why are you here?
Damon says, channeling the writers.
I don't know why Jeremy's here. I guess he just wanted to be here.
He's here to help, and by help I mean make things worse.
But yeah, Rose and Elena go to Slater's place, who is dead, and they go in and he's dead. And then
He's dead.
Rose goes over and opens the window, and Elena's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" She's like, "It blocks UVs." And it's like, yeah,
the
but
fucking
Elijah fucking threw pennies at the window last time.
Hey, for quarters at the window. Yeah, it's tempered glass, and it's just like I'm fucking sick of this window shit, man.
This window shit is stupid.
Why are we trying to science our way around a curse? A
So,
magic curse?
Specifically, vampires are weak to UV rays, according to having these UV glass windows.
Tempered glass windows to block UV rays.
Does that mean if you go to a tanning booth, you can kill a vampire?
Oh my god. Maybe, yeah. You can throw a vampire into a tanning bed, and that'll do it.
That's
The thing is,
I thought it was like the sun represents God or something.
it's the light of the sun itself, like just the visible light, and
The
not
visible
about
light,
the UV
because
radiation.
light gives life and vampires are death. So you think they're just like are always going to be vulnerable to like sunlight. But no, it's just UV rays apparently.
I think
It's
I think
weird
it's
they're
even
trying
worse
to it's weird they're trying to midichlorians this one specific thing just because they want a shot of someone opening a window during the daytime.
yeah, also when this curse was established, I don't think we had the concept of UV radiation.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's just they're playing fast and loose, and I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not liking it. Like, they have so many specific rules about inviting people in that don't get science, but this does, just so they can have open windows.
Then like a '90s goth chick runs in and starts crying, and her name's Alice, and she's the boyfriend of whatever his name
Later.
is, Slater. And she's hugging and crying Rose. Bonnie's casting a spell in the planning room, and she's kind of like burning just shit because she can make a vampire stun grenade out of ashes.
I think she's burning like a picture of Catherine from like back in the day. Like some sort of old like metal pictograph thing.
Tyler and Caroline are hanging out and talking about being wolves and shit. Wolves and vampires. And then they go
down to the dungeon.
They're going down to the slave dungeon that Tyler invited a person of color to that one time, and it was awkward.
Tyler, you need to stop bringing girls to the family slave dungeon.
It was a slave dungeon, and he just keeps bringing people. Caroline finds a book there, and they unwrap it, and I think they did a good job at the prop department because it does look like an old ass book.
They did a really good job with the kind of depression of like making things actually look a little aged.
Yeah,
And in the journal they find an SD card.
yeah. I thought it was like a PS2 memory card at first. It was just like, this is my save for Final Fantasy X. Don't overwrite it.
Uh, WF SmackDown, here comes the pain, or WB SmackDown, here comes the pain.
No, it's got my CAWs. No, don't touch that. Where else am I gonna get a CAW Jerry Lynn? I had to go to GameFAQs and like find the guide to make him.
Yeah, that was the way.
Jeremy thinks Bonnie shouldn't fucking do this whole like stun gun Catherine shit.
She's pushing herself too hard or something.
And then
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, don't worry, Bonnie, I'll take over." And then he just pulls out his wallet and his ID card, and I swear to God, I thought he was gonna snort the ashes like it was cocaine.
He was cutting a line.
He was cutting. Mr. McQueen, sir, you're getting pretty good at like handling that white powder.
Steve, you good?
Steve,
Steven?
oh, just hold on. That's active juice.
Oh, baby, just like Grandpapa used to do.
Oh, just like Pappy. Oh. No, I'm not gonna accuse Stephen McQueen, Stephen R. McQueen of doing cocaine.
We are going to accuse his grandfather, Steve McQueen, though.
Oh yeah, it was
It was the 50s.
it was that
Probably
time.
a little earlier.
It was it was a sign of the times.
It was a sign of the times, yeah.
Elena is making tea for Rose and says that Slater's girlfriend just wanted to be a vampire and that was the only reason she loved him, and that's why she's sad.
60s, damn it.
So
The 50s.
well, I mean, 60s was fucking free love, dude.
Yeah.
That was all the drugs.
No, I couldn't remember when Steve McQueen was big, and it was okay, late 50s, early 60s, yeah.
So Elena decides to console her by sitting her down and then asking if she knows the password to Slater's computer. And
she goes,
Alice is like, "Who do you think you are?" And he's like, "I'm Elena Gilbert."
Elena Gilbert. we're dorks.
So Elena talks Alice into it by saying that like Rose will make her a vampire if she listens, and Rose is like, "What the fuck?"
I did not agree to this.
Then we find out the password to Slater's fucking computer is Kristen Stewart.
God damn it, we got like 2 episodes before we had to go back.
And it just cuts, and they like there's like, "Oh, the files have been deleted." It's like, don't worry, they're on a server, and the server is Windows Live Mail.
Windows Live Mail backup server.
Yeah, the files are on Windows Live. It's called an email.
Also, I would like to apologize for the fact that we did not get our Eclipse episode out in time for the eclipse.
I didn't even know there was an eclipse until like the day before it happened.
That's true too. So we had no
Mostly
way of planning for
I
it.
didn't care.
Yeah.
Also,
I was cleaning toilets.
You were cleaning toilets, and I was cooking food. That was all we were doing.
That was always been the eclipse.
And then I found out that like some people thought the world was ending, and they started killing people, and I was just like, "Nope, make a pizza. Shut up."
Fucking crazy times.
Yeah, I don't like it. So
I don't like it either.
with her hidden server on Windows Live Mail, they're gonna try and contact Klaus. And by the way, I found out that all these fucking emails are all like names of people who worked on the show. We could cover that a little bit later.
Yeah,
or we can do that now.
Like, yeah, a couple of names that were like
Matthew D'Ambrosio is a writer. Gareth Stover is a production designer. Ruby Prosecco is an assistant director.
And later directed on Legacy.
Legacies. Michael A. Alowitz is a director. Tony Griffin's an assistant director.
and would also direct on Legacies. I think every other name is kind of just
Every other
thrown
name is
in.
just like a hand that they have.
Yeah.
Also, Dutch Brown, Taylor Darrence, and Carrie Lennox are just also on a list of Stefan's victims from like old news articles.
So they were just kind of throwing names out there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fun.
There's
I
gonna
like
be a
I,
John
I like
Albrecht
I
later.
like Easter eggs, but also the hidden
Little
server
nods.
of Windows Live Mail. Maybe she's an old vampire and just doesn't understand email, which is funny. But they
Well,
didn't really imply that.
Alice isn't a vampire. She wasn't turned, unless you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about like Rose
Oh
specifically.
yeah,
Just
no,
doesn't
Rose.
understand how emails work or something.
Mm.
Wait, no, Alice would. Alice would know how email
Yeah,
works. She's a
yeah, she
human.
was one talking about the hidden server.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just.
You don't know
I
about
guess
fucking live mail.
I guess that's the thing. It's more that all of his stuff was backed up on a secondary server after they wiped his computer, but it's again an email.
Yeah, it's called an email. You're you are using an email. That's
Like
what it is.
they didn't delete his email at all,
They
so
didn't
that
delete.
doesn't.
They didn't delete his email. Yeah, no shit. I don't
Because
know.
Elijah wasn't ready for that. He didn't
Elijah
think to
doesn't
delete.
understand emails. Fuck, I scrolled up. I lost my place. Hold on. Elena pretty much says that she's going to surrender herself to Klaus, and Rose is like, "What the fuck again?"
What the fuck?
Elena's
That was your
like,
plan the whole
"No,
time?
I'm gonna die,
I'm gonna die. That's
so
my
I can
plan.
save my
He's gonna
family and my friends."
save my loved ones.
Jeremy goes down to the dungeon and wants the moonstone, and Catherine's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Hidden stake gun, pocket sand."
Pocket sand. Yes, we were completely caught off guard by the pocket sand. I get it's not pocket sand. It is the knockout dust that they had
He's
made
got the
earlier.
knockout dust, and he knows that it doesn't last long because he only took like a cocaine snort of it in his pocket. So
Yes.
he knows that she's not going to be out for long, and for some reason, he takes his sweet fucking time trying to find this stupid moonstone, and it's just like it's on a tape. It's like on a rock with lit by the sun.
Yeah, it is like on a little stone like bowl or something. He picks it up. Is like the
Yeah.
bar of soap.
He tries to escape, and Catherine's already back up and just attacks him.
God, you dumbass. Fuck Jeremy.
Jeremy throws the stone outside, so at least he got that for him. But
Yeah.
he fucked up.
He had his one cool moment when he hit her with the pocket sand, but this is still a net negative for him.
Rose
He's
calls
just
Damon because they want to go to Richmond. She wants him to go to Richmond as soon as he can. And
get Elena, I guess.
once Bonnie and gang get down there, they find out that Jeremy's hostage, and they're like, "Ah, God damn it, Jeremy."
Jeremy.
Elijah's talking to Jonas, and they're doing the spell with all the things he stole to find Elena. And he hits the Undertaker face when he starts casting the spell. His eyes roll back, and he's like, "Ah, sa Timberlake." And then this little shot where like in Elena's window, his like Elijah's face just shows up, and we
Yeah,
thought that was
Elena's like
actually
standing by the window. Yeah,
I don't know. I thought that was
and
kind of
just
cool.
that was a neat little trick they did. I don't know how they pulled it off entirely. It might be that he was just standing there, and then they did like some work post
I was
production.
gonna say he might be like composited, like they took two shots of one there and one where he's not, and then just sort of
And
blended them together a little bit.
but it seamless. Like for being a TV production, they really do get creative with the shot with like kind of special effects work, and they make it work.
Yeah, it's very practical. I feel like they do try things. I do like that they try things, even though like it made it look like Damon and Stefan were like two different people at the same time.
There were two Damons and Steffens.
Yeah, just for some reason. It's a date. So Caroline and Tyler they got the video on the SD card and they plug it in to the laptop, and it's like live time footage of Mason on his first wolf transformation on the day before
Yeah,
my
it's a time
birthday, no
lapse.
less.
On the day before his birthday was September 15th when he had his first
And then
transformation.
he wrote the journal in September 16th.
In the aftermath.
I'm gonna check full moons on September 15th.
It would be, well, because, yeah, it would be like, this came out around like 2010, 2011,
Yeah, but like I don't know when he was a vampire.
or when he was a werewolf.
Yeah, or I don't know when he's a werewolf.
This,
Full moon anniversary table. That's interesting. Okay.
there we go.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, random weirdos on the internet. You helped.
Thanks, moon weirdos.
1989, 2008. It might have been 2008.
It might have been. It would have to be very
Because the other
close
one's
by.
2027, and that's a little ways off.
Oh, that's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it was, and 89's a long time before, so it would have to have been 2008.
But yeah, he drinks wolfsbane and throws it up because why did he do that? And
They
then he
tried to
gets
dilute it with water, but it still
and
tasted
then
like crap.
the wolf transformation goes into full effect, and he angrily throws a bike, and then he starts writhing on the ground, screaming, and he's like, "Don't forget to like and subscribe."
To like and subscribe.
Ah! And then they
'Cause
keep
he's a
fast
werewolf.
forwarding. They fast forward like an hour, a half hour at a time, and it's just Mason screaming again. Ah! Doodle-doo, ah! Doodle-doo, ah! And like they're reading his diary as they're watching the footage, and it kind of like coalesces at the same time. And that was cool. I
Like,
like that also.
it was very neat. It was a very like cool way. I think the Caroline kind of narrating the passages while Mason is just screaming in the recording, that actually worked really well.
Yeah, that worked really well. Damon just shows up at Slater's place, and he's just got these bugged out fucking eyes.
He is pissed.
I don't know. It's like Ian Somerhalder, instead of having an angry face, it's like he's watching you become a giant spider. I don't know how to describe that expression he has. I'm just like, huh?
Her. Oh
Huh?
my god, I got a screenshot of it. I know we're gonna probably have the live mail, but this is
It just looks like it's like there's a spider coming out of your mouth. What the fuck?
Lily, I don't mean to concern you. There's a spider coming out your mouth.
So Bonnie like is struggling to cast the spell, but also it cuts to Jonas's house, and like Luca, who got home a little bit ago, is like writhing in pain.
He starts feeling these pains because Bonnie starts eventually channeling him.
I think Bonnie took his dog tag or something, and like she's channeling through him, and it's like, I thought you two had to channel together, but they're in two completely separate places because Luca's at his house and Bonnie's at the tomb. And I guess you can just non-consensually channel spells. That's a thing.
I guess if well, he consented to channeling before, so he has to consent in all cases, I guess.
How does magic work?
By the way, that's not how consent works in any situation. Just letting y'all know that. In case you didn't know that, in which case y'all been told.
Don't do things to people if they didn't say specifically to do that specific thing to them.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't say yes in them, just because they said yes before, doesn't mean it's always a yes.
I don't know why you had to listen to us tell you that, but now you know.
These are important. These are important lessons to learn that Bonnie apparently didn't.
Even consent on shit like putting your hand on someone's shoulder. Like if they're not cool with that, don't do it.
Don't. It's weird how it's always Bonnie who keeps doing weird shit.
Yeah,
like that.
Setting things on fire, doxing people. I don't think Bonnie's a good person.
Non-consensually channeling.
Non-consensually channeling. Bonnie passes out. Stefan like dive bombs into the tomb to get Jeremy out, and now he's trapped in there because he's a vampire and vampires can't leave. And then they
Also,
start
Luca
talking
gets
about
messed up.
Curse of the Wolf.
Curse of the wolf. Also, I think Luca gets messed up as well due to the
Yeah,
channeling.
Luna
Maybe,
passes out also. His nose bleeds too.
maybe the distance and also the fact that he wasn't agreeing to the channeling probably also hurt him as well.
Yeah. So Caroline and Tyler learn that the first werewolf transformation fucking sucks, and like
That it gets
it
easier.
gets
It gets
easier.
faster.
And then Tyler's like, "Hold on, why the fuck do you even give a shit, Caroline?" And
Why do you
Caroline's like, "I mean,
care?
I care because I was alone when it happened to me. So hey." And then we hear a knock on the door, and she gets up, and it's Matt. Matt's there. Matt says that he was just in that part of the neighborhood and missed her and wanted to see her what's up. And then Tyler comes over, and it's like awkward as fuck. And Tyler's like, "I missed you too."
I wish.
I win.
It would be so much better if Tyler just was like, "I miss you too, Matt."
Damon finds out about Elena's plan to kill herself and is like, "I'm gonna break your fucking arm if you don't like listen to me, Elena."
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I will break your arm. It's like, holy shit, Damon, calm
Elena's like,
down.
"Why won't you let me make my own decisions? Ah,
I want to die.
I want to die." Like Elena Muffin,
Lena Muffin.
Muffin, but with
Yeah.
Elena's hair.
Mr. Muffin with Elena's hair. Oh my
So
god.
two dudes show up. This kind of
Three
scrungly look.
dudes.
Three dudes show up. This scrungly looking guy, and then this other guy, and then behind them's
Third
Elijah.
guy.
Oh wait. Then
No, there's three guys.
there's three guys, and then Elijah kills one of them.
Yeah. I think Cody is the man in the middle who ends up getting just fucking his neck just snapped
Whoa.
immediately. Whoa.
So Elijah
You're
comes
only
in, and
fucking me.
Rose runs away, and then Elijah's like, "Well, you found her. Good job." And then he takes both their hearts out at the same time.
Double heart extraction.
Double heart extraction. And then
And now,
Damon's like, "Motherfucker thinks he could top me on heart extractions, bitch.
trying to take my record.
Trying to take my record."
I can't. But
And then we
he
just
does
sort of
let them
cut to
leave.
ahead of time where Elijah's talking to Jonas and just explains, "Oh, I let him go. Because, I want them safe for now." Ooh.
Ooh. We got a
Jeremy
plan.
Jeremy's safe with Bonnie, and he's very salty about what happened. And just Bonnie calls him a fucking idiot, which he was. It's like, I didn't have a choice to help. I didn't have a choice to
Yes,
help
you
Jeremy.
did.
And then Jeremy's like, I didn't have a choice to put myself in danger for some reason. And it's like, you kind of, yeah, you
had
did.
so many choices.
You had a lot of fucking choices, Jeremy.
You could have just not, but you did.
Elena and Damon go home after, like, I think they said that, like, Jeremy tries to kiss her at some point, but I guess my body language just couldn't tell that happened.
I think he did try to lean in on her, but she was like, no. And it's like, we're not doing this.
We're not doing this. Fuck this. I don't want to. Fuck this. I'm leaving.
I'm out.
I'm out.
At the very least, Bonnie is smart enough not to get involved with Jeremy because he is an idiot.
Damon thinks that sacrificing herself is stupid, but she's mad about her agency, so they run to the tomb to have an argument instead of having the argument in front of the house.
Well, I think it's because Jeremy's like, Lena, Stefan, he, like, and that's kind of like leading to like they had to go back to the tomb because Stefan's in there.
Yeah.
But Lena's like, Stefan's in the tomb?
God damn it. So they go down to the tomb, and yeah, Stefan's there, and he's like, I'll figure out something. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Or I'll hang out. You guys figure out how to get me out of here. Whatever.
Damon and Elena are just arguing outside the tomb.
They're arguing outside of the tomb, and Catherine's like, you guys all fucked up. This was the worst decision you could have made.
Yeah, she's getting all like angry, and Damon's holding her, and she's like, "Let me go, let me go."
Yeah, so they argue for a bit, and Catherine says they fuck up, and I think that's the end of the episode.
That's pretty much That's pretty much the end of the episode. Ah,
As for music, Only
oh
Happy
yeah,
When
let's
It
get it.
Rains by Katarina Graham, as stated.
Hmm,
Loves to Blame for King and Country,
don't know that
and
one.
No Way Out by Ria Sinclair and Mike
Mike
Sub.
Subi. I think we've seen Mike Subi on the soundtracks
This
before.
episode
So
was all right. It felt
yeah.
very slim, if that makes sense.
Hmm. It did go by smoothly. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it dragged anywhere, but it sort of felt like they didn't have a lot to do this episode.
Yeah, I could see that. Like,
It's a talkie, that's for sure.
it is a very talky episode. There's at least two or three different like two or three different setup conversation things
And some of the
going
shots
on.
are interesting, and some of them are just weird and confusing.
Honestly, I'm surprised they even bothered to have Alaric Saltzman show up for that opening scene in the episode, because he does not
I
show
was
up for
gonna
the
say
rest
it
of it.
feels probably feels like it's probably like a contractual obligation or something, because like he's
Yeah.
been so irrelevant for like the first part of this season that it sort of feels like he's not even a character.
Oh yeah.
It's like, we don't know what to do with the Lark Saltzman. We'll just have him kind of just have him fuck Jenna. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
that's about it.
yep.
We are available on YouTube now. Every time we upload a new episode, it'll upload to YouTube automatically.
Yeah, we
And
got that RSS feed.
Spotify is making a shitty change, and I'll have to learn how to use Riverside, their in-browser audio editor.
We'll
But
figure that one out.
not yet. And we got Tumblrs.
Got our
Ash
tumblers.
Nightshade with an E, Ash E, because I'm special. I'm a special boy. And Mega
Yes,
Fighter 343.
I'm
Uh,
not a special boy.
you post about stuff, and I mostly
Yeah,
post about weird shit that happens to me or like thoughts I have while I'm kind of high.
or things that YouTube thinks you want to see.
Yeah. Currently, the things that YouTube wants me to see are Indian musicians, like musicians singing in like Hindi or Punjabi.
Huh?
I they're good singers. I don't
Yeah.
know why they think I don't know.
It, I just don't know why they think that's the way they want that to go. But hey,
I don't know
it
why
could
they
be
think that's
worse.
the thing I like listening to, but I don't know, just Indian singing. It's not the worst thing. Uh Earlier this week they decided that I was a flat earther. And
And
then
then
I got a
weirdly
bunch
they
of flat
decided,
earth videos, and then I got the counter videos for the anti flat earth guys who were disproving the flat earth guys. And I'm like, I know the earth's round guys. I played like I saw I've seen it. The earth is round. You can see it.
"Did
You can
you just
fly a
wanted to watch some
plane.
map men?"
You can fly a plane and see it. And by the way, the day after we talked about that, a new fucking Mapman episode dropped, and I don't know why that happened.
Prize. We awoke them.
Watch Mapmen and also our podcast. You should watch our
Yeah,
podcast, but also watch
yeah.
Mapmen.
Check out our episodes.
We're the Vamp Men. Actually, that's I think that means bisexual. So no,
No, so yeah, that's not us.
Vamp Men, Vamp. I mean, I'm bisexual. You're not.
I mean, yeah, but we collectively are not vamp men.
Map Men. And
All right, I think that should do it.
yeah, that's about
What do
it. Sorry, it's
what
a
do we
little
say?
bit short, but some. I think the reason these episodes are a little bit shorter is kind of like a lot of the stuff is already established.
Hmm.
So we're just sort of seeing how the pieces move. Also, this episode's kind of slim. So
Yeah, this episode was pretty slim. Yeah,
see you next week, either on a Wednesday or a Thursday, depending on just availability.
yeah. But what do we say to end this one off?
Shit. I don't know, man. I guess
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Oh,
Thanks, Rock.
Rocky, Rock.